The top thinkers need to be immensely provocative and challenging, just like Nietzsche. You should always be in doubt about whether you love them or hate them. They should often shock and horrify you and make you doubt everything you believe. How else will you learn? How else will you move away from your complacency? Is there anything worse than thinkers who go out of their way to be nice to their audience and are terrified of being thought not nice by their audience? Thinking isn't about niceness. It's about truth. The truth isn't nice. It's horrifying to most people, which is why they much prefer man-made lies. It's amazing how often we come across groups that pretend to be about thinking, but are actually all about feeling. The prime directive of such a community is to make each other feel good. All the language they use is that of compassion, pity, love and light, respect, acceptance, celebration, and never of reason and logic and anything harsh and unpleasant. Nietzsche captured the true nature of the thinker when he said, "We investigators are, like all conquerors, seafarers, adventurers, of an audacious morality, and must reconcile ourselves to being considered on the whole evil. If people think you're nice, you're definitely not a thinker. You're a feeling type trying to emotionally relate to people rather than say anything that might disturb them and make them dislike you. Don't frighten the horses. Lock the stable doors. One thing is certain, the weak will never inherit the earth. Unless you are preaching strength, you are lost." Nietzsche was right when he said that the weak always promote slave morality, which always demonizes strength. In his The Man in the Arena speech, Theodore Roosevelt said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions? Who spends himself in a worthy cause? Who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement? And who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat? Most people are cold and timid souls, looking to be accepted by their peers, yet imagine themselves as people actually making a difference. The Dunning-Kruger effect is ubiquitous. Just as stupid people cannot imagine what it is like to be intelligent, the weak cannot imagine what it is like to be strong. Just as the stupid end up associating stupidity with intelligence, the weak end up associating weakness with strength, because they cannot imagine the alternative. They have never experienced it and cannot conceive of it. If you want to live meaningfully, you must follow Roosevelt's advice. Get in the arena, fight, take a stand, make a stand. Be prepared to fail. Most people do, but at least fail while daring greatly, Plato said. All these noble results of inspired madness I can mention, and many more. Therefore, let us not be afraid on that point, and let no one disturb and frighten us by saying that the mediocre should be preferred to him who is in a frenzy. The poetry of the sane man vanishes into nothingness before that of the inspired madmen. If you're not one of the inspired ones, don't pretend to be. The mediocre can never emulate the exceptional.